Florida at Texas A&M is the underrated game of the week. It is Saturday night, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Forget the record for a second with Florida. Okay, we have to be mature about this. I told you last week they're going to beat Texas. No way. Have you seen how they look? Yes, that's why I picked them. Because when you look really, really bad and then you have a bye week, there's no incentive to continue doing what you've done to look that bad. Really good coaching staff down there. Really dynamic roster. Well, they tried some different things and it worked against Texas at home. Now they got to go on the road and face what to this point this year has been a better team in Texas A&M. If what clicked for Florida last week is what Florida is going to be the rest of the year, forget about their record. They're like a top 10, top 15 caliber team. This will be a war. If what they were last week is just a one-off, A&M will win this game by double digits, and Napier will probably lose his job in the near future. That's all. That's all that's on the line here. But it matters what you are. It does not matter what you have been. Like if I'm A&M, this really matters when you define their strength of schedule, which the committee is very unwilling to do sometimes. I am firmly convinced that the pushback Florida gave Texas, the effort Florida gave Texas last Saturday, was equivalent to a top 10 team, what you would expect from them. Even though Florida has been bad so far this year, it doesn't matter what a team has been if they play with their hair on fire against you. Because the resistance you're getting from them is that of a number 7 team, a number 9 team, whatever. So if Florida balanced that offense out, which I had hoped they would do, these teams are kind of similar. It's just one's record looks a lot better than the other. A&M has a lot of positives here. They're top 25 in defense, but so is Florida. A&M's excellent as a pressure team, but Florida's top 25 there too. They had 5 sacks last week. A&M, good run offense. Florida, their numbers for the year are bad, but again, what did I see from Jaden Ball last week? I saw him run him either 27 or 29 times. I saw him top 100 yards. So if that's what they are moving forward, I don't really care what their season totals say. I care what A&M's going to face in this game Saturday. A&M's top 20 in explosive plays. Florida's not. But what did they do last week? They ran the ball, which set DJ Lagway up for more cap-buster plays, 40-plus yards through the air, more cap-buster plays than he had the entire year combined to that point. So yet again, what are we getting from Florida? Are we getting from Florida what we saw against LSU? Or are we getting from Florida what they showed against Texas? Because that will go a long way in determining whether this is a dogfight or not. Does Florida profile as a legit offense? That's really what I care about in this game. Because Notre Dame had some success against Texas A&M. Texas A&M has improved defensively. This is not like a top-end elite defensive unit yet. They have some elite players. But in totality, there's still work to do here. Notre Dame had some success. Jaden Ball, 20-plus. Dallas Wilson, explosive last week. He was back. Remember, Mississippi State last week had no success whatsoever against Texas A&M. We'll get back to the video 1 second. Do me one quick favor. Look down. Make sure you're subscribed. Most of you are. If you're not, please do so. It's the way we keep the channel free, we keep the videos coming, and we get to do college football year-round as God intended. All right, as promised, back to the video. I look at Jaden Ball. I just look at the offensive line Florida has. I look at the talent that Ball is. I think that he should and they should be able to run it to a certain extent against anyone. So, I got full respect for A&M. They should not be able to shut you down. If A&M earns the right to rush the passer, though, because they are limiting the run on early downs, then I'm terrified for Florida. Because the last time I saw them go on the road, they turned the ball over 5 times. It was 5 interceptions for DJ Lagway in Tiger Stadium against LSU. That's why it's hard to have any confidence in Florida here. I love what I saw last week. That wasn't on the road, and it was one time. I got a really smart staff here that gets to watch how you played that one time. And then they get to throw their fastball at you, and they get to throw a few wrinkles at you. And this is a very vulnerable team at their best. This Florida team is very vulnerable right now. A&M should be able to, or let me rephrase, I hope Texas A&M can keep Marcel Reed in what I would call honest spots this week. A&M had 51 carries for about 300 yards last week against Mississippi State. So you're not going to run it for 300 I would suspect, against Florida. But if you're having anywhere remotely the kind of rushing success that you have had recently, and you hoped to have, ran it for 200 against Auburn, by the way, then everything is set up. And at that point, I mean, that's why you went and got Mario Craver. That's when you went and got Casey Concepcion, because you're running the ball good, and of course that does what it normally does to a defense. And then you're hitting the cap busters instead of DJ Lagway. That should be there. If I'm an A&M fan, that should be there. I'm facing a really good defense. It should be there, because I think the same thing on my end that Florida's thinking. Florida's thinking, hey, we can run it on anyone if we do the right things. I'm thinking I can run and throw on anyone if I'm doing it the right way. Keep an eye on the external factors in this game, by the way. A&M has not had to pay for being 123rd in the country in penalty yardage yet. They haven't had to pay yet. Florida's 40th. So maybe home field cancels that out. I don't know. We'll see. Neither of these teams are great on third down either. So if someone disproportionately wins third down, I would say that's a pre-padlock stat. Could be a good solid paper popper on Sunday night. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. Right now at FanDuel, A&M is a 7.5-point favorite. The model has A&M -8. There is a lot to be said for being in desperation mode. I saw it on display last week, ironically with one of these teams. It is on display again. And I am telling you, I was high on Florida in the preseason, and they made me look bad. And I'm wondering, okay, is this going to be one of those situations where right when I sell all my stock, they click, kind of like they did last year? So I still have some hope held out for Florida. Remember, this is a 3-loss team, 1 conference game, 1 conference loss. So mathematically, like, they're still in everything in relation to the SEC championship race. I think the number's a little bit too big. I do believe that it is a bridge a little bit too far for me to cross to pick Florida to win this game outright. I've got A&M winning, but I've got them winning a close game. So if I'm picking it against the number, I'm taking Florida, anything above a touchdown. I do think A&M's going to find a way to edge them in this game. And that's that. I do have some big semi-breaking news. I'm going to go ahead and tweet it out, by the way. Where is it? There it is. All right, so earlier today, someone came and asked me the same thing that a lot of people have asked me, or made a request that a lot of you have made, including some in my own social circle, and that is, why is there no baby gear? Why are there no onesies at the Pate State store? And the reason is because I don't think like that. Okay, I'm not an expert in this stuff, but it has occurred to us that a ton of you have newborns in your lives, and you want to support the show, and you want to use your infants as a billboard for the show. And I'm all about it. I'm all about it. So I'm happy to announce that in the last about 12 hours, our team just put an entirely new room in the store. So the Pate State Little Freights collection is available. Look at that. Look at that picture of me as a child. I don't even know where we got that. It's unbelievable. So you can go there right now, PateStateMaterial.com. We got the onesies there. That's the Pate State Little Freights collection, which is its own little separate mascot. We've just been sitting on it waiting to use it. But we got tees over there. We got a little crew neck over there. It's good stuff. Good, wholesome stuff.